we're here in the kitchen because we're going to help you save some money.
Yes. Do you know that most Americans, every month, they throw $40 in food away? It ends up in the trash. But if you can reuse some of this food, it can boost your budget. So we have Danielle Perry. She's a nutritionist. Eagle Vision Nutrition. That's what you do, and you're here to help. It's crazy how much money people throw away.
It is. It is. Statistics show, I think you guys came up with $40 a month. In my research, I noticed that it was somewhere between 25 and 40% of food in a family, an average family of 4, that goes to waste every month. So and that's incredible.
Let's say you go shopping, you spend $100, you're going to throw $20 to $40 away.
That's right.
As if you never had it. That's
right.
Crazy to me.
So, you know, sometimes people will cook a large meal and there'll be leftovers and it'll just sit and sit and sit, and eventually it gets to the back of the refrigerator.
Oh my gosh, I feel like you're telling the story of my life right now.
The story of your fridge.
Yes, I'm actually like, that's me.
That's you. Uh-oh.
But this is great because you can save all of this money.
You can save it, absolutely. So not only should you take advantage of the food that you've cooked, and ways to do that would be sending your kid to school with leftovers. Not every kid needs to eat a bologna sandwich every day or a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or whatever sandwich. For example, I give my kids leftovers every day, and they're the envy of all their friends at school.
Right?
Why do you get such good food, you know? And another thing that you could possibly do, and if your kids don't want to have the leftovers, take those portions and freeze them. Stick them in your freezer, because there's always a time where you need extra food or you don't have the time to cook. And so in a pinch, you could take that out. You can defrost it maybe in the morning and then put it on the table at nighttime. That's a great idea.
If when you freeze it, you put it in its own portion size, it makes it really easy. So you're not thawing out a whole casserole, you're just thawing out one portion. So instead of having to buy one of those frozen meals, you can have your own.
Exactly, exactly. And there's, you know what went into that meal. You cooked it yourself with hopefully your own wholesome, not homegrown, but homemade ingredients.
Or local ingredients, whatever it may be.
And
And
local
also,
ingredients.
a lot of times you have, especially if you buy something like kale or greens, you get a lot of it, and you don't know what to do with it. You have it in your fridge and you want to use it, but you don't know how.
That's right, that's right. So kale is an example of one of these foods that can store very, very easily. I like to take kale and rinse it, of course, once you get it. I like to de-stem it like this.
Huh.
And then I spin it in a salad spinner, and I put it in a Ziploc bag, and I freeze it. Once you put it in the Ziploc bag, if you want to take a little straw, suck out all the air, it freezes really, really well. I think what we wanted to talk about next was farm shares.
Yes.
And taking advantage of where we live. And actually, this is all growing thing all over the United States, but especially in our area, we have so many community-supported agriculture farms. And how they work is you buy a share, and for 5 to 6 months out of the year, you get vegetables every week. And it's a really cool family experience. You go to the farm, most of the food is picked for you. Some of it you'll have to pick yourself, like berries, cherry, tomatoes, peas, flowers, herbs. You get to pick all that by yourself, and it's an incredible value. They cost anywhere between $550 to $650, and if you divide that over weeks, it's less than $30 a week, which is incredible. I walk home with 3 big bags of groceries every week. If you went to the farmer's market to do that, it would cost you between $80 and $100.
And so
I've priced it out.
What you do is you pay in advance. That's the shtick. You pay in advance, and then you're getting food all summer long for free, because not for free, but you paid in advance for it, so it's as if you're getting it for free.
Yep, and some of them have payment plans, and some of them also accept food stamps. So SNAP works with some of these farms as well, which is incredible. Because like I said, buying organic local produce can be very expensive. You go to the farmer's market, it's great to support it, but they're expensive.
Yeah, so it's not in everyone's budget, but this is a great way, and obviously you feel good about what you're giving your family because it's healthy and it's local.
That's right, that's right.
And another good thing too, I know we were chatting earlier, is that if you do have those ingredients that you may get from a farm share or whatever it may be, and you're not even sure what it is or you don't know what to make with it,
that's right.
The web is such a great resource.
The web is such a great resource. So say you have, and you should take advantage of all that the farm share has to offer, because if you are able to get all the food, like some people won't take it because they've never seen it before, but I encourage you to take it. Take the food, you try new things. That's how I tried kale 12 years ago. Before I joined a farm share, I had never tried kale, and now it's a staple in my diet.
See, and I'm sure your kids love it too. Well, thank you so much, Danielle. We're not done with you. We'll be back to tell everyone about veggies and value, how you can get the best bang for your buck. Thanks,
Sounds
Danielle.
good. You're welcome.
In the
We are back in in the kitchen with Danielle Perry, a nutritionist with Eagle Vision Nutrition, and we're talking about which veggies or foods will give you the best bang for your buck. We're all looking to save money these days, Danielle.
So this list is the nutrient density for the price. So the really expensive vegetables, they aren't showing up on this list.
That's right, that's right. So basically what we wanted, or what you wanted to do, and what I want to explain to you is, like, if you're gonna buy vegetables and you're gonna spend a lot of money, and for example, if you wanna spend a lot of money on organic vegetables, which ones are gonna give you the most amount of nutrients for the price? And as I said in the last segment, kale is a huge staple in my diet, and buy local, buy local, buy local, and I do when I can. And like I said the last time, I try to store it. Something I found this winter, for example, is that kale, if you go to some of the local great food stores, I'm not going to name any names, they get so expensive in the summer. It is outrageous. And then they have the same brand of organic kale at Big Y, and they sell it by the pound. So you'd spend, for about a size this big, a bunch this big, you'd spend $3 for kale, which is a lot of money. And then you go to Big Y and you get the same organic. It's all coming from California at that time of year, and you pay $1.99 a pound.
But one of the tips that you gave earlier too is when you find that the veggie's on sale, scoop it up and then freeze it.
That's right, scoop it up and freeze it. Absolutely.
So you want to buy bulk. So let's go down some things on the list.
So kale's one of those superfoods because it offers about 200% of what you need in vitamin C a day, about 1,000% of K1, about 300% of vitamin A. So you're getting a lot, very nutrient-dense product here when you eat kale.
And a couple other things that we have going down the list. There's garlic, there's broccoli.
Yep.
Cucumbers.
Cucumbers, exactly. And again, cucumbers can be eaten fresh. You can store them. You can ferment them. I've talked about fermenting your food before, fermenting them with salt, and then you can store them and have pickles all year round.
Oh, yes.
And not only are pickles delicious, but then you can get, they're fermented, so it has all those good probiotics in it, right?
That's right, that's right. It's the good bacteria that's going to fight the bad bacteria that you all were just talking about.
Now we have also on that list, there's lettuce and there's carrots, and the last thing is foraging.
Foraging, exactly. This time of year is a great time of year to go out hiking. You pick your berries. I found this new tree near a friend's house of mine, and we sat there and picked berries for like a half an hour. I ate probably a quart of berries in a half an hour.
It doesn't cost you a dime.
It doesn't cost you a dime, exactly.
Knowing my luck, though, I'd probably pick the ones that are poisonous.
Well, that's
an important
thing. Which leads us to our next point. If you're going to do that, talk to someone who knows what they're doing first.
That's right.
Very
Here's your
important
disclaimer.
Yeah, there it is. So now we're cool. Next, let's talk some fruits. Avocado.
Avocado, one of the most nutritious foods in the world. Avocados have lots of fiber, believe it or not, tons of fiber, lots of vitamin C, B6, carotenoids. They're very anti-inflammatory.
Oh, I never knew that. I knew that there's that healthy fat in them.
Yes, and of course, obviously, the monounsaturated fat, exactly, very good for you. I try to eat an avocado a day.
Good for you.
Yes, I saw at the store the other day at one of those avocado savers, and I said, "Who needs to save an avocado? We eat them all the time."
And then the berries. We're talking blueberries. You know.
Again, this time of year, lots of berries in Massachusetts. Go out, pick your berries, go to a local farm, store them, and then in the wintertime when you run out, Wyman's offers some good local wild berries from Maine. Great value.
Cool.
You could get those at any of the grocery stores.
And now coconuts.
Yes.
I love coconut.
I don't have one there. Yep.
But how do you open it? When I was a kid, maybe I shouldn't say this, my dad took a nail and a hammer and would crack it open. I don't know if I trust myself doing that.
That's pretty much the way to do it.
Really?
Really?
It is the way to do it.
Wow.
You got to get it in between the eyes, and yeah, exactly, with the little like pick, or that's really the only way to open it. They're
All right,
so
Dad.
hard.
Wise man.
Your dad did it, but yeah, I couldn't believe how much iron is in coconuts. So not only, I talk about coconut oil all the time, but not only does the oil have nutrients, but so does the fruit itself.
Wow, so that's a good thing to have if you're going to be donating blood or replenishing after you donate. Have some coconut.
That's right. And eat it with an orange to increase the iron absorption, the vitamin C.
Great
Really? I could eat coconut orange together. That sounds delicious.
Yes, that's just a perfect smoothie you just grabbed right there.
I know.
And then lastly, we have the kiwis and the mangoes.
Yes, kiwis and mangoes. So kiwis, they're fairly inexpensive. You can usually get 2 for $1. They offer vitamin C, vitamin E. They have phytonutrients that help us protect against DNA damage. Then we have mangoes. Those little Champlain mangoes are really, really good and very sweet. And those are usually only $1 at the grocery store. And mango is one of those foods that rarely gets sprayed with pesticides, so you don't have to worry about buying an organic mango and spending the extra money. Those are high in carotenoids, vitamin K, C,
tips.
and more iron.
And they taste delicious.
And they're delicious, yeah. You can throw them in smoothies, you can eat them fresh.
Danielle?
Wow, I can't wait to go and get my fruits and veggies.
Always a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much
Thanks
for
for
these
having
tips.
me.
I'm sure they're going to help a lot of people out there.